Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. I am Professor Dr. Ghulam Rasul Buk. Today I am going to discuss with you measles in children. If we talk about the measles is a highly contagious viral disease and it remains important cause of the death among children globally. And if there is the availability of the safe and effective vaccine, but still is a problem of the pediatric population. Before going to define the definition, the measles also other name is called as a viral xantheme. Even you can say measles, also known as a morbilliform rash. Other name is a morbilliform. The measles, also called as a rubella, rubeola, and also you can call measles as a red measles. So these are the different names you can say this is the measles. I was already told you measles is a highly contagious viral infections and it is a xanthimatous disease that can be present with cough, coryza, and conjunctivitis. This is a triad. This is called the triad. When this triad is present, means a baby who is present with the rash that is called the xanthimet rash, along with fever, cough, coryza, that is called the rhinitis and conjunctivitis. So these are the triads. You can say this is the measles. Now let us see the definition of the measles is an acute viral infections which is characterized by maculopapular rash. Macules and papules means palpable rash erupting successively and start from the neck, face, body and extremities. Please remember the rash of the measles, it start, what is the rash of the measles? You can say this is the maculopapular rash. This is the name. What is the rash of the measles? Means maculopapular rash. Okay. How, what is the course and how it start? The rash of the measles start from the neck, face, body, and extreme means up to lower. This is the difference of the rubella. What about the rosolia? Means start from the extremities, then body, then face, then neck, but without fever. That is called as a rosola. That is called the German measles. What about the rubella, or this is the measles? You can say maculopapular rash, viral in definition characterized. The rash start from the neck, face, body, and extremities, and always present with the fever. Is it clear? ये क्लियर हो गया आपको? Anybody? If you look here, the global mortality of the vaccine preventable disease, ये जो सारी डिजीज आपके सामने आ रही हैं, पोलियो, डिप्थेरिया, येलो फीवर, टेटनस, पर्ट्यूसिस, hepatitis B and the measles, they are preventable disease. आप वैक्सीन लगाएं, they can be prevented. But if you look here in the slides, you will appreciate the global mortality of this preventable disease. If you look here, the measles, round about the 7 lakh of the deaths in the globally. But hepatitis B, hepatitis, tetanus, diphtheria also cause of the mortality globally. But if you see here, the polio is less like 1,000 global mortality according to the WHO. So this is the data, the source of this data from the WHO 2001, the global mortality of the measles. The viruses of the measles first isolated in 1954. The viruses of the measles is isolated in 1952 by the name of the scientist Thomas Peebles. So this is the isolation of the measles. What is the cause of the measles? measles को उर्दू में क्या कहते हैं? खसरा. Measles is the RNA viruses of the genes, and that is the morbilliviruses. In the family of this virus is called as the Paramyxoviridae. These are the family of these viruses. One serotype, humans only the host of this virus. The stability of the antigenicity is also present. They are rapidly inactivated by heat and light. This virus is survival in the low temperature. So this is the etiology and this is the viruses. And what is the disease phases? The measles have a 4 phases of the disease. Number 1, incubation period. Yeah, incubation phase. Second, you can say the prodromal phase or the prodromal period. And the third, when there is a rash, means prodromal phase means patient can present with triad like coryza, rhinitis, conjunctivitis, and cough with fever. And the third category, that is called xanthine period, means this is the xanthine means redness, a patient who is present with the rash. And the fourth category of this phase of the disease is called the recovery period, that is called fourth phase. So there are 4 phases of the disease which can cause the measles. If you look here, the epidemiology, the infection source, patients of acute stage and viral carrier are atypical measles. What is the mode of the transmission of the viruses of this measles? I have already told you this is a highly contagious. 90% approximately susceptible contact acquired the history. मीन्स 90% जो पेशेंट्स हैं उनमें आपको हिस्ट्री मिलती है कांटेक्ट की. जब भी मीजल्स का बच्चा आता है तो फर्स्ट द क्वेश्चंस वी विल आस्क टू द पेरेंट्स, किसी पड़ोसन में किसी और बच्चे को तो नहीं है खसरा. इफ वो बोलते हैं यस, तो मीन्स 90% their history is acquired by the contact. Then respiratory secretion, maximal transmission of this viruses by the droplet spray during the sneezing, but in what stage? That is the catarrhal stage, or this is called as the prodromal stage. And this prodromal period or catarrhal stage, patient can spread the maximum viruses to the others. The contagious form 5 days before the symptoms and 5 days after the onset of the rash. This is a contagious form of the rash. So please remember what is the contagious. Contagious start from the days 5 before the symptoms and 5 days after the onset of the seizure. What is the most important seasons in which you will find the cases of the measles? So the peak is the Feb, May and spring. Spring is the season in which you will find the maximum cases, and the cases you will find in the Feb and you will find in the May. What is the pathogenesis and the pathology? The first entry of this viral through the portal entered. They entered into the respiratory tract, and while they travel to the regional lymph nodes, ultimately they can enter in the bloodstream and they form the primary verema, means increased number of the viruses. In the body, the mechanism of the defense mechanism of the monocyte, they can engulf these RNA viruses, is a measles viruses, and they ultimately go into target organs. And when they affect on the target organs, they will form the secondary verema. So please remember what is the primary, means entered in the bloodstream. They form the verema, that is the primary, and when blood there is engulf of the monocyte, this is the chronic in granulocytes, and they can engulf these organs and reach to the target organs, and you can say this is the secondary verema. So two types of the verema, number one is the primary and second is the secondary. What are the targeted organs which can be affected by these viruses? So skin is the most common culprit which can be involved by these viruses, and they are present. The mucous membrane of the nasopharynx then go into the bronchi and intestinal infections and in the conjunctivitis. Means when these can be enter into different organs of the body, they are present with the different clinical presentation. I will show you in the clinical features. Now, resulting of the capillaries and the rash, when a patient who is present with the capillary spots, this is the pathognomic diagnosis of this viruses. जब भी किसी में ये कैपिलिक स्पॉट्स आपको नजर आते हैं, दिस इज अ सिंगल, भली बच्चे को रेश हो या ना हो, if you find this one, that is called the capillary spots. This is the pathognomic diagnosis of the measles. What is this capillary spots? These consist of the bluish white dot. What is the size of this capillary spots? This is about 1 mm in a diameter, and when you see this picture of this capillary spot, they are erythema around the this dot. So the capillary spots, these are the pathognomic, and the bluish white dot, you can say what is the size. It is about 1 mm diameter and surrounded by the erythema. The lesions appear first on the buccal mucosa. What is the commonest site of this capillary spots? This is the opposite lower molar, and rapidly they can increase in number, and involved in the entire buccal mucosa. They fade with the onset of the rash. जब रेश डेवलप होता है तो ये कैपेलोक स्पॉट डिसअपियर या फेड होता है. Once again, I can detail give you the capillary spots. This is the pathognomic of the measles. ये एक चीज आपको मिलती है 100% you can diagnose this is a measles. That's why we can say this is the pathognomic measles. What is this? This is the consists of the blue white dot 1 mm in the diameter and surrounded by the erythema. If you look here, this is the what is the made up of this? This is a serous exudation and proliferation of the endothelial cells around the capillaries. When you see the histopathological this presentation of this capillary spot, you will find as a serous exudate. Exudate means inflammation material. Serous exudate, not transudate. Transudate usually less protein and they are less infection. But when you see the exudation means a serious exudation and there is a proliferation of the endothelial cells surrounded by capillaries. Is it clear? Capillary spots. What is the site where they are appear? The lesions first appear in the buccal mucosa in the opposite of the lower molar, but rapidly increase and involve the entire of the body. The second pathogenesis that is called the conjunctivitis means inflammation of the red eye due to inflammation of the conjunctivitis. Patient can present with laryngitis means hoarseness of voice. Sometimes they are present with the croup, bronchitis and generalized inflammatory reactions. When you see the lymph nodes of this baby through the histopathologically, you will find there is a hyperplasia of the lymphoid tissue and they are multinucleated giant cells and may be found. Interstitial pneumonitis, that is called the giant cell pneumonia, bronchopneumonia due to secondary bacterial infections, encephalomyelitis. This is a periavascular demyelination occurs in the area of the brain and the spinal cord. Subacute sclerosing panencephalitis. This is the late complication of the measles. And what is this? This is the degenerative disorder of the motor cortex and white matter in the intranuclear intracytoplasmic unculin bodies. So this is the late complication. It will take a years after the initial infection of the measles. If you talk about the clinical presentations, but before we talk about the clinical presentation, when a child who's present with you with this presentation, what are the differential diagnosis will you consider in your mind? So the differential diagnosis of the measles, including the other cause of the fever, rash and conjunctivitis, they occurs. Number one is the present is the rubella, rosolia, Kawasaki disease, infectious mononucleosis, scarlet fever, and very rare you will consider as a drugs they can cause. Now, the clinical features of the measles. The typical presentation of measles patient does not had a measles if immunizations or vaccine failure with normal immunity or those who have not used immunoglobulin. That is called present with the typical manifestation. But what is the incubation period of this measles? So it can start from the 6 to 18 days, average 10 days. What is the, I was already told you there are four phases or the four periods of this measles. So number one is the prodromal period. What is the prodromal period? It starts from the day 3 to day 4, in which there is non-specific symptoms. Sometimes patient can present with like viral infections like a fever, malaise, and headache and anorexia. It is very difficult to diagnose at this moment of this measles. Now, what is the classical triad when you diagnose measles? Number one is a cough. Which type of the cough patient can be? Croupy cough. That is called the croupy cough, and coryza and conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis, when you take a history of this patient, patient can present with the photophobia and lacrimation, means excessive tearing of the baby, and baby is unable to open the eyes due to the photophobia. So these are the triad of the presentation of a patient who is present with this prodromal phase. So prodromal phase start in the 3 to 4 days, non-specific symptoms, but sometimes they are present with the classical triad that is called the coryza, conjunctivitis, and photophobia. And sometimes you will see as the, this is the called as the and lacrimation. Now I was already told you what is the capillary spots, that is called xantheme spots. Xantheme means redness. This is the capillary spots. You will see this in pictures. You will find. वही मैं लेक्चर में हूँ फिर बात करता हूँ. मैं लेक्चर में हूँ फिर बात करता हूँ, ठीक है? Sorry. So what is the pathognomic of this measles? When a patient who is present with this capillary spots, 100% you can say this is the measles. This capillary spots present 24 to 48 hours before the rash appear. Rash से पहले आते हैं. 1 millimeter in diameter, grayish white, or that is called the blue white dot with slightly reddish areola around the xantheme. Usually buccal mucosa opposite of the second lower molar. Second lower molar. And increase within a day and spread. They can fade soon after the rash can be developed. So this is the classical presentation of the Staphylococcus parsi. This is the another picture, so you will appreciate. This is the Staphylococcus parsi, and this is the pathognomic presentation of the measles. Now, third, that is called the rash period, or you can say this is the first incubation period, second is the prodromal period, and third you can say this is xantheme period, yeah, you can say the rash period. Which type of the rash? Maculopapular rash. Now, the rash of the measles start from the 3rd to 4 days, and this redness that is called the xantheme, that is the erythematous. Number one, what is the characteristic feature of this maculopapular rash or the rash of the measles? कभी कभी लोग इम्तिहान में आपसे पूछेंगे which type of the rash you can describe in the measles. So you can say this is the erythematous, means redness of the rash, non-pruritic. This is the maculopapular, usually involved in the upper lateral neck, behind the ear, hairline, face, trunk, arm, leg, and they go into the feet. This is the course, this is the classical features of the rash which is present in the measles. What about the severity of this disease? Directly related to the extent and confluence of the rash. Please remember, always people ask what is the severity of. Severity depends on the extent of the rash and severity of the rash. So, rash, what is the rash of the measles? The rash of the measles is the erythematous, means red, non-pruritic, maculopapular. Start from the upper lateral neck, behind the ear, hairline, face, trunk, arm, legs, and feet. Means up and down. Please remember, कभी भी रेश मीजल्स का डाउन से अप नहीं जाता, पांव से ऊपर नहीं जाएगा. मीजल्स का रेश ऊपर से नीचे आता है विथ फीवर. So this is the classical presentation of the rash of the measles. You will appreciate this is the classical features of this images. You will appreciate this is the classical feature of the rash. Rash involve of this baby is a face, then go down. Face, neck, trunk, then go down, but not from the leg up. This is also another picture of the measles of this baby. You will appreciate. Start from the face, then neck, then upper part of the trunk, abdomen, and they go down into the legs and feet. So this is the classical presentation of the rash of the measles. Now look here, you will and other pictures you will appreciate. This is the rash back side of the patients, and this is the anterior side of the patients who are present with the rash. Now, which type of the rash? This is a maculo, means maculopapular, palpable rash. Maculopapular means palpable rash. नॉन प्यूराइट, इसमें कभी इचिंग नहीं होती, खुजली नहीं होती. प्लीज रिमेंबर, ड्रग रिएक्शन होगा उसमें खुजली होगी, लेकिन इसमें नहीं होगी. रेश स्टार्ट होगा ऊपर से नीचे जाएगा. दिस इज कॉल्ड दी रोब्योला. एंड जर्मन मीजल्स में क्या होता है, पांव से ऊपर जाता है. जैसे पांव से ऊपर जाएगा, जैसे रेश खत्म हो जाएगा तो बुखार शुरू होगा. मीजल्स में जैसे रेश स्टार्ट होगा, बुखार के साथ जैसे रेश पांव तक पहुंचेगा, बुखार खत्म होगा. दिस इज द डिफरेंशियल डायग्नोसिस. ऑलवेज पीपल आस्क इन द वाइवा, हाउ विल यू डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन द जर्मन मीजल्स and the measles, rubella and the rosola. You can read in the books difference. Other clinical manifestation, temperature rises abruptly when there is a rash appears. जैसे rash develop होता है, temperature can be rise. Temperature can be reach above the 40 centigrade Celsius और higher भी चला जाता है, and settles after the 4 to 3 days. If persistent, suspect secondary bacterial infection, because these patients more prone to develop the infections of the secondary. So if a persistent fever after the 5 days, please refer patient to the tertiary care hospital, because this is the secondary bacterial infection. But the usually management of this measles is the self-limiting. So when develop the persistent fever, think about the secondary bacterial infection. This is a triad that is called the coryza, fever and cough. Increase is severe up to the time of the rash and has covered whole of the body. I was already show you both pictures. The whole body can be involved. Now, the lymphadenopathy. Usually cervical posterior lymph nodes can be palpable when you examine the baby, and sometimes there is a mesenteric lymph nodes. Splenomegaly, diarrhea can be present, but very rare splenomegaly. But diarrhea can the common present a patient who is primary or the secondary bacterial infections. May be abnormal, even multi uncomplicated cases, there is may no any complication, patient can be survived. Now, I was already told you the four stage, yeah, four phases of the drugs, oh, sorry, diseases. I was finished three incubation period. I was already told you prodromal period. I was already told you and xanthine that is called the rash period. Then fourth period that is called the recovery period. After 3 to 4 days, patient can be recovered and the fades order in order to appearance means rash can be fade and they become a discrimination. They change into color in the red into the brownish discoloration. So this is called the recover period, and this is fourth period that is called recover, and this is a recovery. And earlier illness, this is about occur the 10 days patient can go into the recovery phase. So this is the classical features images of this rash of this measles. What is the typical manifestation, and you can say what is the mild measles, and which patient you will find a mild means there is no symptoms. The measles have no symptoms or बिल्कुल भी थोड़े symptoms होंगे, किस में होंगे? Those who are administration of the immunoglobulin. But this product during the incubation period and immunize against the measles an infant less than 8 months of age. What is the long lasting of this incubation period? The long incubation period and short prodromal phase, this is the benefits of the immunoglobulin. Patient can present with mild symptoms, no capillary spots, rash tends to be a faint, less macular pinpoint, and there is a no any discumation, brownish discoloration occurs when rash is fade, and there is no complications, and this is a short course. But why people we are not using this immunoglobulin? Because of the cost effective, every person cannot purchase these immunoglobulin. Now mild measles. Now third question you can ask, this is severe measles. In which case the severe measles is find the most severe measles occur in the malnourished children. Those children are present with the severe acute malnutrition. Number two, severe measles can occur in the hypoimmunity. Means those children who are low immunity due to some drugs, they are acquired some drugs or some have immunodeficiencies. They are more to develop the severe type of the immunity. And secondary infections of a patient have other than diseases of the secondary bacterial infections, they are to develop this measles. The severe measles also present in the severe persistent parexia, means increased temperature. Sometimes they are present with the seizures, even go into the coma. So please remember, this patient can go into the coma, can present with the seizures when there is a severe persistent fever, and patient can present with the severe type of the measles. What is then theme? Or you can say the redness, or you can say the rash. This can completely cover the skin. They are petechiae, ecchymosis, hemorrhagic type of the measles. So please remember, when there is a severe measles, what is the rash of the severe measles? This is the severe measles. And what is the rash of the severe measles? You can say completely cover the skin. And this is the petechia, means there is a palpable rash, sometimes ecchymosis, and means patient have a hemorrhage. That is called the hemorrhagic measles, or that is called the black measles. Please remember what is the black measles. That is the other name is the hemorrhagic type of the measles. Other name is called severe type of the measles. They are present with the petechia, ecchymosis, and completely covered by the skin. So this is called when you take a history of this patient, patient can bleed from the mouth, patient can bleed from the nose, patient can bleed from the intestine. Means this is because of the intravascular coagulopathy. This is the disseminated intravascular coagulopathy because this is a lysis of the coagulation factors. So this is called the hemorrhagic type of the measles, or you can say this is the black measles. So this is also known as the severe type of the measles. Malnutrition, hypoimmunity, and secondary infections are more prone to develop the severe measles. Patient can present with the persistent severe hyperpyrexia, means increased temperature. Patient can present seizures. Patient can present with the coma, and patient can present with the bleeding. And you can say this is the black measles or hemorrhagic type of the measles. So if you look here, this is the classical presentation of a hemorrhagic measles. Yeah, you can say severe type of the measles. Patient can bleed from the mouth, and there is the petechia. They are ecchymosis. They are present with bleed from mouth, nose, and that's. Now, what is the atypical measles syndrome? This is the definition of this syndrome, means the recipient of the killed measles virus vaccine. When you inject a vaccine to the patients to prevent the measles, so this is called the killed measles vaccine virus vaccine, who later come in the contact with the wild type of the measles viruses. What happens, how you will differentiate? It can be distinguished by the high grade fever, severe headache, severe abdominal pain, often with vomiting, myalgia, respiratory symptoms, pneumonia, and sometimes they are present pillular effusion. Now, first appearance of the rash, atypical measles syndrome, the presentation of the rash starts from the palm, wrist, sole, ankle, progress to the centropetal direction. Then, which type of the rash which is present in the atypical measles syndrome means maculopapular, then vesicles. Vesicles means like as umbilical shape, and there is a discharge. So you can say this is a vesicular, purpuric, palpable, and hemorrhagic. And in this atypical measles syndrome, you will never find the capillary spots. Is it clear? Hello? Anybody? Is it clear? हेलो, आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. This is the clinical manifestation of atypical measles syndrome. Means the patient can present with first rash appears palm, wrist, sole, ankle, progressive to the centropetal direction. And this which type of the rash occur in the atypical measles syndrome? You can say this is the maculopapular, convert into the vesicular, then go into the purpuric, or you can say the hemorrhagic type of the rash in the atypical measles syndrome. No doubt the capillary spots are rarely appears. This is differentiated, and this is the picture you will appreciate. This is a typical features of atypical measles syndrome. The fourth category, that is the clinical manifestations, that is the rash absent, measles rash absent. In which condition you will not find a rash? Number one is the immunodepressed patients, means a patient who's HIV, passive immunoglobulin recently patient can take in. Infant more than 2 months who take a recently immunoglobulin, non-specific and difficult to diagnose. Fourth category, measles. And sometimes people ask you, does measles present without rash? Yes. In which condition you can say immunodepressed patients or patient who take recently the immunoglobulin. They are non-specific and very difficult to diagnose. What are the complications? Complications start from the respiratory. So you can say this is the laryngitis, tracheitis, bronchitis due to the measles itself can affect laryngotracheo bronchitis, that is called the croup. What is the croup? This is the airway obstruction to rhubarb, and these patients need the direct tracheostomy. Because you can't do the tracheostomy, patient can be die due to the asphyxia. So this is the complication of the measles. Laryngitis means hoarseness of the voice, tracheitis, inflammation of the trachea, bronchitis, and laryngotracheobronchitis is the term. Usually you can say this is a croup, and croup is the abnormal sound due to the airway obstructions, and these patients require the medical emergency for the tracheostomy. The complication of the measles required the secondary infections bacteria, that is pneumonia. Pneumonia can occur in the immunocompromised patient, malnourished patients, pneumococcal group A, streptococcal pneumonia, Staph aureus, Haemophilus influenza type B, and these patients are more prone to develop the tuberculosis because they reduce their immunity. So other complications, this is a viral infections can cause the myocarditis and vitamin A deficiency in malnourished children. So they are present with this complication. Otitis media, diarrhea, multiple presentation of the complications. What are the CNS complications? You should remember only encephalomyelitis. Very rare but can present with the encephalomyelitis. This is the late complication. Always ask in the exam, what is the late complication of the measles? This is called as the subacute sclerosing pain encephalitis. This is the late complication, extremely rare, usually occur after the measles infection after 6 to 10 years of the infection. What is the classical presentation of this SSPE? Progressive dementia, and ultimately patient go to the death. So interactions of the host with this defective form of the viruses. So this is the demyelination, and this is called the leukodystrophy of these patients and usually can be done. How to diagnose? First of all, you can isolate from the measles virus from the clinical specimen, where you take the specimen from the nasopharynx or urine. So this is the diagnostic helping, not a classical, but they can help in the diagnosis. But the diagnosis of measles is a clinical. Characteristic clinical features of the diagnosis of measles. Number one, the history of the measles contact. आपको पूछना है कि पड़ोसन में किसी के पास measles है तो number one आपका diagnose का suspicious होगा. Now you can examine the throat of this baby and you will find the capillary spots. You think about this is the measles. आपको कोई हिस्ट्री कॉन्टेक्ट नहीं मिल रही एंड यू विल फाइंड एज अ कैपुलर स्पॉट्स. This is the pathognomic diagnosis of the measles. Features of the rash. Rash start from the neck, face, thorax, abdomen, go down. This is the classical. And the rash usually present with the relation between the eruptions of the rash with a fever. But the confirmation is rarely needed when you do the laboratory. So how to diagnose measles? Measles diagnosed by the history of contact, number one. Number two, examination of the throat, you will find as a capillary spots and features of the rash, skin rash, and the relation between the fever. Now, I was already discussed with you the differential diagnosis of measles to other diseases, rubella, roseola. Rubella means measles, roseola means German measles, antiretroviral infection, scarlet fever, drugs, Kawasaki, etc. So you make a differential diagnosis. Now, I'm not going to detail. If you have this slide, so please you should take this picture of the slides because this is the most important slide you will differentiate. Measles, rubella, roseola, scarlet fever, anterior viral infections, and drugs. So this is the pathogenesis, this is the classical features, type of the rash, and this is the fever versus rash. Now, the rash of the measles start from the face, trunk, limbs, and discrimination from the coloration, and that is the maculopapular rash. But the rash from the rubella, face, trunk, limb, but there is no discriminations and colorations. But if you look here, the measles, the rash with a fever rises abruptly and rash appears. When fever is low down 1 to 2 days and rash can be appear. This is called the rubella. This is a rubella, roseola, and rubella. Please remember, this is a rubella. This is called the German measles, roseola, and this is the rubella. Rubella means measles, rubella, and rubella. This is the classical presentation of the rubella. This is also rash. This is an enteroviral infection. There is an infection in the mouth. There is ulcers due to the poor hygiene of the mouth, and this is usually occurs in the pediatric age groups or those who occur in the immunodeficiencies. This is the drug. This is the reactions. This is the erythema, and this is a ring type of the rash usually occurs in the drugs, but not occurs in the measles or rubella. Measles means rubella. There is no. They are present with this type of the ring types. This is the xanthine infectotum, and this is a redness in the area where there is involved, and this is a looks like as a rash present in the Kawasaki. Oh, sorry, in the SLE. This is the same infections of the erythema. This is the scarlet fever, and you will appreciate this is a strawberry tongue, and this is the differential diagnosis. The patient can present with the sick, and there is the rash. This is a scarlet fever, and you will appreciate this is the strawberry tongue, and you will see the uvula. There is an inflamed red erythematous around the uvula, and throat is inflamed. What is the management? This is the last portion. I think this is the last two slides. What is the management? The treatment of the measles is the supportive. No any specific treatment. Antibiotic should be given to release the temperature, bed rest, fluid should be given, and protect expert to the strong light because patient can present photophobia. Now, the antibiotic, why we give the antibiotic in the measles? Question. We can give the antibiotic to the measles because of the secondary bacterial infection. Antibiotic should be given by otitis media due to secondary infections, pneumonia due to secondary infection. So that's why we can give the antibiotic. Otherwise, there is a no role of the antibiotics in the measles. Role of vitamin A is the most important because this can cause the blindness. So please remember, vitamin A should be given in severe potential and severe form of the measles. And children less than 2 years should be given 1 leg to 2 leg. So this is the importance should be given. What is the quarantine period? Quarantine period is a 5 days after the rash and longer for the complete measles. Vaccines, initially measles of the immunization is recommended by 8 months of the age, and second dose should be given at the age of 7 years or the 5 years. How to prevent the post exposure? जब बच्चे measles हो गया, how to prevent others? So you can post exposure prophylaxis should be given in the form of the immunoglobulin. I was already told you previously slides because this is a costly, so usually where use it is effective by prevention of the measles and should be given the 5 days after the exposure. So this is the exposure of the measles. I think this is the last slide. Thank you very much for your attention and cooperation. If you have any query regarding or any questions regarding the measles, because the measles is a common, always given a questions in the exam. Thank you.